Come a big.
One more freedom for one more freedom for
exclusive from hotlbr.com.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighter. When they were coming, they said they were liberator. But when they kill their crime, they change their mind. When they kill their crime, they change their mind. What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters.
Ayo, 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 yo, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 yo, ayo, 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 ayo. They said they were liberator, but when they kill their crime, they change their mind. When they kill their crime, they change their mind. What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters.
Ayo, 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 yo, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo.
Okay, so folks, we want to say good afternoon, pleasant welcome to today Liberia. If you are joining us, this is your #1 online platform, and we are coming to you live from our main office in Pinsville City. That is Monrovia. Wherever you join us, we want to say thank you for joining us. I'm sorry for the poor quality of my voice due to my health condition, but we want to say thank you for joining us, and things are moving a little bit okay. I want to say thanks to my colleague Thomas for the great job. The past 2 days he been running the show. I was not feeling a little bit good, but thanks God we are doing a little bit good, and we thank God for life that we are moving a little bit strong. So tonight we are here again to bring you some issues, even though we are not wherever we are constrained to come to you to discuss some national issues, especially when it comes to issues concerning Liberia. We are all obligated to bring you issues that matter to you. So tonight I want to say thank you for joining us. Those of you that are just joining, keep sharing, keep watching. This is today Liberia, and I want to say thank you for joining. Those of you that believe in the work that we do, I want to say thank you for believing in our efforts, and let us continue to work together. It's because of you that make us to be who we are today. It's because of you that make us to reach this far. So let us not stay at the center. Let us continue to do the work together, and let continue to do things together as family. Today Liberia is for you, the ordinary people. If we wanted to give this institution out to those politicians, we would just leave it and just go out and sell ourselves to politicians and just leave and sit down and just, yes, let us collect $10, $20 and sit down. But one of the questions I continue to ask myself, I'm young and what will it profit me if I just, tarnish my reputation, if I just betray Liberian people, those that love us, because of $10, because of $20. So they still continue to play, and they continue to play every day, every night. We talk about it. So tonight we are here. I want to say thank you. There are a lot of issues that were discussed. They gone time the past 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday. And today we continue our discussion, especially when it comes to issue ringing from politics and other issues. We will also talk about it. And one of the unity issues, one of the unity things that is happening in Liberia now is concerning the county meet. County meet, everyone is, even politicians, those that can see eye to eye, are going together just to see their county moving forward. But something surprising me in Liberia is that even politics, people still bring, even football, there are people bring politics. You see people that hail from Nimba, they are supporting Lofa County, all because they are from Unity Party, Joseph Boakai from Lofa, so they will support Joseph Boakai. You see people that hail from, from Lofa County, because they don't like Joseph Boakai, they supporting Nimba County. That is all stuff. And there are people, who are not. This is not about politics. If you look at the intent of the campaign, the motto of campaign is about unity. Everyone will come together. Every one of us love your country, but it have come to the point that Liberians are getting to love politicians more than themselves. And I don't care however you do things in life, don't ever love politicians more than your life. Because politicians are not people to trust. Save your country first. If you don't want to save your country, you just don't care. Whenever you talk about politics, you try to protect individual above your country. It's something that we don't like to hear. But then that is Liberia. We just have to live with that, and we look at it and see and how we go. That is all. Well, for tonight, we wait Lofa County reach the final. So Sunday, Lofa County will be going with Nimba. So we hope and pray that the best county will win the game. Lofa girls qualify, and also the boys also qualify to go. So it's a very great thing that Lofa County will set record, and the girls will go for final, the boys go for final. At the end of the day, the girls will win, the boys will win, so Lofa County will collect all of the true trophy. So it will be a record that Lofa County have set. But Nimba is one of the things that, one of the countries that we should not take lightly, because Nimba have a history of carrying the trophy. Even I think last year they was the one that carried this trophy. But before we move forward, we talk about other issues. Let Thomas come in, talk on the issue about Nimba, and we'll have some issues to discuss.
All right, thank you, Elijah. I won't really be talking much tonight, because I'm more focused on the issue of production than, my appearance or usually participating on the show. But it's about time that we take the issue of patriotism, you know, to our hearts. We need to actually focus our minds on our counties, on our respective communities, on our society, instead of too much politics. Even though politics cannot be, rooted out of national interest or national development, but it's good to actually be proud of our own heritage. Yeah, we need to be proud of who we are and what we are able to do, instead of just looking at politics too much. Sometimes it's good that we celebrate together, and that is the essence of the ongoing county sports meet, because people are able to identify what the counties they are from, counties they love, and I mean to cheer them up. Sometimes we leave politics aside. We have ourselves entertained. I mean we enjoy ourselves. Come on, look at your brother from another party, crack jokes, share fun, and I mean take away the stress. So that is it. But so that issue, you talk about, Elijah, is not about that people don't like their counties, or they are prioritizing too much politicians. It's about love. Sometimes people look at it sympathetic, they want to just share love with other counties. That is what, for me, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so we wait to see Sunday who will carry this trophy, Nimba and that of Lofa, but definitely, to be frank, I'm supporting Lofa because I'm from Lofa. Lofa is my heart, so when it comes to football, I'm supporting Lofa 100%. But let us go to main issues tonight. Tonight, before we go to the politicians, one of the talking points we will start on is on the issue about our media institution in Liberia, and that of the journalists that we have in Liberia. The Gun Sunday, the Press Union of Liberia, the media institution, course of journalists went to fucking club. That is, they went to George Weah. They have time with George Weah, and they said they go spend time with the president. Sometimes we talk about politicians. We insult politicians. They are not sincere to the Liberian people. They are corrupt. They are wicked, and what of you? But Liberians, I want you to listen tonight. Get this clear. Why we are here insulting politicians for taking bribes, insulting politicians for going in bed with those corruption individuals, those that will classify that they are corrupt, those that we classify in this country that they committed a hindering crime, those that kill our people, those that committed those crimes that we don't even want to see them, but those politicians are in bed with them. The same way our media institution, the same way our journalists in Liberia going around. The Gun Sunday, several media institutions, journalists in Liberia, those that we know, some of my guys that we know, that we love, that believe that we can point out that yes, they believe in integrity. Those guys went to fucking claw the gun time, including the President of Liberia, President Charles Coffey, the corrupt Charles Coffey. I can say this without fear. Charles Coffey is a notorious corrupt criminal that we ever see in Liberia. We should not always insult politicians. We should not always insult politicians for corruption and what of you. If Charles Coffey can behave with the president of Liberia, in case Charles Coffey become president tomorrow, this country will be put into chaos. Charles Coffey is a corrupt guy. They went to fucking crawl the Gun Sunday with the president, and right after service, they went with the president, they sat down with the president, and the president dished up money on all of the journalists that went to fucking crawl the Gun Sunday. I'm saying this because there are guys who was there, they call us, and we know how much they gave them each, but none of them None of them. All of those media institutions that went to fucking Claude the Gun Sunday, all of those journalists that went to fucking Claude the Gun Sunday to spend time with the president, none of them have the courage to ask the president, Mr. President, the money you are giving us, where this money coming from? But they went to Mr. President and they dish up money on them. According to them, they said they received 2,000. All of the journalists that went over there, they received 2,000, but it was more than 2,000. You can insult George Weah, you can insult our lawmakers, they're taking bribe and one of you. But journalists will gather themselves together and say, let us go speak to the president. They go to the president's house, they go to the president with dish of money on them and they put it in their pocket, they come to their houses. How will you muster courage to even write story about that individual? This is how far. Those guys that will believe that yes, when they sit down on radio, you know, they will talk, they will insult, they will say, hey, the politicians are not serious, oh, the government is not serious, the government insult, the government corrupt, this and that, they are eating, they are signing Booker's loan and Booker's agreement and all of you. Our lawmakers are not serious. They are not in the good interest of our people. But these are the same journalists that are going to the president. They say under the pretense that they're going to speak to the president. At the end of the day, they go and beg the president for money. The president dish out $2,000 to each, according to what they say. Then some of them justifying that doing early time. Early, you should dish out almost $5,000 to each journalist when they go speak to them like that. When they go to president to go speak, you know, when year end they go to president to go speak. Early will give them 5,000. But George Weah only gave them 2,000. Did you people muster the courage to even ask Mr. President where this money come from? You ever ask yourself? The same thing we are doing is not the same thing the lawmakers are doing. We are insulting them every day. It's not the same thing they are doing. It's the same thing they are doing. Because you taking money that is not placed in the budget for you. That money is not placed in the budget. How will you muster the courage to even report any negative thing about the president? If the president is not doing things in favor of the Liberian people, how will you muster the courage if 2,000K in your pocket? And Charles Coffey is sitting down there smiling naive. You know, Liberia, we just have to be careful. When you hear me talking about Charles Coffey, is someone that I know. During the anniversary, we went to Bombay County. I think it was 2019. When we went to Bombay, the late Dr. Kassé was a guest speaker. And Dr. Kassé was able to give 10,000 after giving the speech. Dr. Kassé gave 10,000 check to the Press Union of Liberia for the construction of the Press Union office. What Charles Coffey did with that money? None of the media institutions can talk about it. Up to now, Press Union of Liberia, the oldest institution in this country, don't even have office. They are, say, renting in one-bedroom apartment. They cover it with plywood. How dare you, you the media institute, you the journalists, you that light for the people, the watchdog. Then you are pretending to the Liberian people that you people are clean. Why me? We are dirty to the extent, sorry for the expression. But we are corrupt, we are dirty, we are notorious criminals. The same politician we insult in front of the camera, we go, we back out behind the scene, we in bed with them, we sleeping with them. and we moving with them within their pocket. That's why politicians don't respect any journalists no more, because they know even they insult you at the end of the day, behind closed door, you will say go back and beg them for money. How dare you call yourself watchdog? Say you're going to speak to the president. Sunday you go to fucking club and you go after Saturday you went to the president and say, Mr. President, we can't speak to you year end. Instead of media institution, president of Liberia, for you to go and ask Mr. President for interview, ask Mr. President, what do you intend to do to the Liberian people for 2023? What is your achievement? Can you highlight some of your achievement to the Liberian people? Let them see it. But they go to listen to the president, to fucking club, for president to preach. After preaching, the president will go and pocket their and support their pocket, then they go to their houses. How many of those media institutions that even ask Mr. President, can you give us time? Can you give us your audience so that we can you give us 1 minute of your time so that we can ask you what you intend to do to the Liberian people this year, 2023? What are some of the achievements, Mr. President? What are some of the things, Mr. President, that when you leave power today, what are some of the things Liberian people will ever remember you, Mr. President? And what are some of the things, Mr. President, that when you leave power today, you will regret the hour, the minute you did it to the Liberian people? What are some of the things? Who have that mind to even ask Mr. President when $3,000 is breathing in your pocket? Will you ask Mr. President, if you shall leave power today? I said, Mr. President, if you can leave power today, what would be your greatest regret to the Liberian people? Just go ahead.
Elijah, the same thing we talk. It said, he who preach equity must come with clean hands. You can be chastising somebody and then you yourself, you're not even, positioning yourself in the right, at the right time, or to even do the right thing. You don't even have that guts. So, it's so frustrating to see that our people will be found in such habit. Now, let me tell you, if citizens come up to say that the media is biased, I wouldn't even stand to defend the media, because we have just sold our soul to politicians. One of the places that people run for rescue is to the media. It's the media, because they believe that by the media putting mouth into issues, politicians and other, people within the circle of government and even private sectors are able to adhere to some of, the warnings, to the law. Because if you don't do it, definitely you know that they are going to take out issue with you. And once it is in the air every time, someone will say, no, but then this issue is getting too much. We need to pay keen attention. That is how the people take the media to be. We are the voice of the voiceless. We are the eyes of those who don't see. But if we start mingling, we are not saying you cannot be friend politician, but wherein you subject yourself because of money, it's so bad. I saw you one thing the other time, and it was on July 26th. I even did a photograph of that. For little or nothing, I saw media colleagues going against each other right at the Centennial Memorial Pavilion during the independence celebration, while Sue was hosting their protest on the other end, and then counter-protest by another group. Then, during the celebration, I saw that happening. I stood for long, I shook my head. I said, this country, where are we going? But it's no surprise because if the leadership of this honorable body can start to subject themselves for money, for something that cannot even take them anywhere, I mean, what will the others do? When the head of the house dies, it becomes an empty shell. That is exactly what is happening now to the media. The yellow journalism is what is being practiced now. Because we lack integrity. So people will not trust us. Others will not trust us. Because we have not proven to be trustworthy. You can go to the president, you can pay him a visit, but not asking him for money. That was clear, clear manifestation that we do things for money in this country. That is why if you even look at the media now, Elijah, you notice that half of the media in this country are owned by politicians. Do your survey and see how many media institutions are now owned by politicians. How many of the media institutions existing currently in this country that may not have a shareholder to be a politician, someone who's even active in politics? Some of them have become talk show hosts. Imagine that. What will they discuss? They will push their selfish aims.
No,
Where is the media going, Elijah? This is the biggest question. Come here.
The problem there is sometimes when we're talking some of those things, people say, oh, you don't like this person. But time will come in Liberia, you will see some of the media, you will see journalists organize themselves to contest for presidency. Seriously. Because if journalists themselves join the list, Liberians join the list, because I can't even call them journalists. If they can gather themselves, let us go to president. The money they receive to Mr. President, have they paid for it? Have they suffered for it? What they did before they received that money from the president? Because media institutions, as a journalist, your work is to inform the people. You went to the president on Sunday, Mr. President, can you give us your audience so that you can talk to the Liberian people, Mr. President? What is your agenda for this year, 2023? If you shall lose the election, Mr. President, what will be your biggest regret? And what are some of the things Liberian people remember you? Who are those that will muster that courage and go stand to Mr. President and say, Mr. President, we are not holding this money until you tell us your agenda for this year?
Elijah, I don't know how many persons really feel ashamed I don't know how many persons feel ashamed to just, eat what they really didn't work for. Money you didn't work for, but you just see yourself eating it. How ready do you feel? That is something that we must actually be looking at. Because too much free thing isn't good. Let's be real. Too much free thing isn't good. This issue of people just being dependent on others is a serious problem to this country. It's a serious issue. And it must not be taken for granted. Elijah, let's be real here.
Now, what Thomas, sometimes when people can call me in my inbox, people can text me, why today Liberia we are not seeing this way, why we are not seeing this way? I say, for us, we come with different style of reporting. We are now hunting behind politicians because we want to get news. 95%, I agree with you. In this country, all of the media institutions in this country are owned by politicians. 95% of the media institutions are owned by politicians. Because why? President of Liberia refused to stand on their ground to say, hey, the accreditation of media institution in Liberia should not be done by Minister of Information. It should be done by President of Liberia. If Minister of Information is giving accreditation to a media institution in Liberia, giving frequency to media institution in Liberia, who do you think they will give frequency to?
People who
Who do
will
you
subject
think?
themselves to, I mean,
If you
to
go
their
for
orders.
your frequency, they will only ask you, you agree to talk in favor of the government or you not agree? You agree, we gave you frequency. You not agree, we will not give you frequency. Like for example, look at T5. All of those guys that are working over there. If you refuse to say yes sir to T5, you will not get a job in this country. Let's go to Freedom FM. Let's go to Voice of Liberia. Freedom FM. One of the big men, big brother I used to admire so much, Abraham Gosling Weir. When this man used to talk about George Weir, when this man was on True FM, at the end of the day, he saw a bad right, he jumped to Freedom FM. Who owned Freedom FM? Omer Semsayo. Who owned Voice of Liberia? Omer Semsayo, politician. Who owned True FM? Politician. Musa Belete. T5 owned by Thomas Fala. Banner FM owned by District number 9.
I said District 15.
District
Abu
number
Bakar
15.
Kamara.
Abu Kamara. D15 is owned by Yomli Kanga Lauren. Show me one media institution in Liberia that is independent. I can give credit to QFM. These are the media institutions that depend on their sweat. And these are the media institutions that stood on their ground in this country. That if we can listen, we listen. If we can stay indoor, we stay indoor. But we will not compromise the integrity of the Liberian people. But you tell me, some of the online that you see today floating all over, who own them? Who own them? Charles Coffee that we're talking about today, that why when I hear people can't go for go register your online TV this because you got TV, go register 500. That thing pained me to the extent that I wanted to say something terrible, but I just leave it. Renewing my membership with President of Liberia for what? Institutions that don't have integrity. Institutions that have sold their bare right to this country. Institutions that don't respect the rule of law no more. Institutions that are in the pocket of politicians. Why would I renew my membership with them? I only have their ID card because that's why I didn't even vote. Because I already against of Charles Coffee, then he go live for somebody's hand. He already transferred his virus in that man.
Someone to push his selfish agenda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone to cover him. Then he expect me to go and vote. I said, I'm not voting. I have their membership card. Any institution in Liberia, protect yourself. Don't say president will come. They will just issue book up press statement. If you are press man, you're going on the field. Don't depend on president of Liberia because they are corrupt. They are notorious criminals in this country. Leaders. When we went to Bombay County, after Dr. Kasser finished speaking, you know, we were coming outside, the guys, they say, hey, nobody want to interview the man. I went outside. I stood right side Dr. Kasser vehicle. The moment he get out straight, I gave him an ambush question. And the man, you know, the late Dr. Kasser, he stood right there and responded to my question. I gave another one and he responded to my question. After I finished doing the interview, he entered in a car. Charles Coffee, the man gave $10,000 check. The $10,000 the man gave again, the 15,000 LD the man gave, Charles Coffee took that money. Greedy hunter. How will you have elephant on your shoulder? Then you see a porcupine, they go run for it. There where I knew that Charles Coffey is a corrupt guy. If you listen to me, those of you that know Charles Coffey, when we went to Bombay, the interview that was done outside, it was me. I still have that video. After I finished, enter in the car, you know, say the press, that the cassette take up, it was even more than 50,000. Charles Coffey entered for that money, he collected that money again. After spending your whole life to the president of Liberia, you didn't show, you have nothing to show. Nothing to show. Even to become member, you got to pay. You got to move from one office to another office. Don't have serious office. President of Liberia will not have, before you speak about people, he that preach equity should always come with clean hand. Where is that clean hand that the president of Liberia is showing in this country? Where? All of the media institutions owned by politicians go to Bombay. The hottest radio station Nana in Bombay, owned by Senator Snow. Do you think you will speak anything negative with Senator Snow? Look at King FM, owned by George Weah. Everybody that working at George Weah slave. Because when you slave for someone, that the only time you will not speak bad thing about the person. The only time you will not speak negative thing about the person. Those guys bury their integrity because of money. Money will go. This country will still live. You will die today. You will not carry the money, but your name will remain. Your integrity. People forever remember your integrity. Those guys, your thing, they are credible. Oh, this. Okay, FM. Should I tell you how many of them on government payroll? Spoon FM? Nobody should fool you. No independent media institution in Liberia. No.
There are independent media institutions.
Those institutions that are independent in Liberia, my brother, you can name corrected.
Yeah, but there might not be more institutions.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but
I agree with you.
Independent media institutions.
But those, no, all of those BB institutions you are naming, oh, people boasting with them, we got followers, we got this. When they go on media, they be pretending, talking about the people, insulting politicians. They are more corrupt more than those politicians. They are corrupt more than those politicians. They are corrupt. So Liberian people depend on media institutions, but not all media institutions in this country is depend on. Not all. Because majority of media institutions in Liberia, those that get 4K, 50, look at them. Behind closed door, observe them. Look at them. You think I'll be in government and I allow you, you know, you be, whole day you be talking things negative about me. Look at this here. Just be looking at how many of those newspapers you will see write any negative thing about George Weah, bring any bad thing about George Weah. Just observe. Because all of those newspapers, all of them were there. The online TV, the radio station, everybody were there. They went to George Weah. Can you imagine if that 30 person went to George Weah, they gone Sunday? See 2,000, that 60,000 right there. How many of the media institutions that say, hey, Mr. President, we can't hold this money. Where the source of this money come from? He that preach equity should come with clean hand, Mr. President. Who are those that will muster that courage to ask the president? We should be careful in this country.
Integrity.
Integrity is what matters. Integrity is what matters. You can't continue treating Liberian people like this as if nobody know. Or you meet those politicians, you pretend that yes, everything is working okay. At the end of the day, Then you say yes.
Elijah, this is where we are. We want change, but we don't want to do the necessary things that will bring the change we deserve.
Thomas,
Yeah. We want change, but we don't want to do the necessary things that will bring the change that we deserve. Yeah.
so these are some of the things.
And forgetting to know that nothing comes easily unless we ourselves decide that we want such change. So I don't know how they really want us to do this issue.
Yeah, Thomas.
Yeah.
You know, like left with 11 people to judge themselves. But I can tell you for true, most of those guys you see pretending. Go to Freedom FM. Show me one day they speak against the president. Anything the president do is good. And anything the opposition call for. Anything the opposition call for, they are wrong. Anything the opposition call for, whether it's in the good interest of the Lebanese people, they are wrong. I look at my brother the gun time. When the president left this country for almost 48 days, at the end of the day, the man said, you know, it's good the president go and lobby. The opposition should keep quiet. Hey God, how wicked would those guys be like this? How will you be wicked to the Lebanese people like this? We can't continue treating our people like this. Our common people, our people depending on us. You are a watchdog. You are not a slave to any of those politicians. If you stand for the truth will forever bury you. So that is it. That is it. And one of the things we want to talk, Thomas, I listened to some of the media institutions, some of the news. I listened to the ruling party coming out, giving out some terrible statement. We listened. Unity Party issued a very strong press statement concerning the health of the former Vice President Joseph Numa Boakai. Yes, indeed, they agreed that the former Vice President Joseph Numa Boakai went to EWA hospital the gun time to seek for a medical checkup, and you know, they want to inform the public that yes, everything is okay. The former Vice President is healthy and he's okay. But then, Thomas, what surprised me is that I'm looking at people from the ruling party running with former Vice President health, that he went to JFK, he's not okay, running with this news. The papi, you know, is now okay. The papi is lying down to the hospital and what have you. I sit down and think, how many of those politicians that we have in this country that ever go to our hospital in Liberia for checkup? How many of them? Seriously. Those in the ruling party, you hear them talking, hey, Joseph Boakai said went to EWA hospital for checkup. The man, they rush into hospital, he get heart attack, he get this. They don't know the story. The former Vice President, yes indeed, he went to EWA hospital for checkup. Liberian, we should be proud of him taking that risk, not under a government, but under government that you want to contest against, that you're going against. I attending their hospitals, going there for checkup. All our government officials now, some of them even headache, they will leave Liberia, they go out of the country for checkup. Who tell you former president could not even get that money to go out of the country for checkup? But what? The gone time when I asked him why, he told me. He said, my son, he that preach equity should always come with clean hand. I said, why do you mean? He said, my son, I always talk about think Liberia, build Liberia, and love Liberia. If I'm thinking about Liberia, why will I leave Liberia and go outside for checkup? I should not think about Liberia. If I can have brave mind, my son, to go to ELWA hospital for checkup, you will be happy to go there for checkup. If they can give me a checkup, if I can go for treatment to ELWA hospital, you can also go there and feel comfortable. If I love Liberia, I will also love our health system. I should go to the health care to go and get my health care. I should go to the various hospital to get treatment because why? I love Liberia. I always think on Liberia, and I will build Liberia, because if I always go to various hospitals to the lab, if I go to the lab for checkup, if I can trust ELWA hospital for checkup, I love Liberia. And I will always think about Liberia. If I go, anything I see that is not good, I will think about it, and I will be able to build whatsoever that lack of. But if I not do checkup in Liberia, my head in I leave the country, I go to Ghana for checkup, how will I think Liberia? How will I even love Liberia and build Liberia?
But Elijah,
But
the question.
I see politicians, you know, the folks from the ruling party running with it. Oh, Joseph Barker admitted to the hospital, to ELWA, one of you, oh, the pape, oh, he will tell you that the pape is not okay. And according to the press statement, that he was not sick. He just went there for normal checkup.
But Elijah, the question, I think the issue should not be just because the ruling party ran with it. They themselves should be able to do the right thing. Now, you should focus on more interesting issues than this old man's health, in the sense that there are a lot of issues confronting the Liberian people, which I think should be your main focus. Now, when it comes to him going for checkup, it's a good thing, but did he also do these things while he was in office? That is the question. And these are issues too we must, hold him back. Not just because now he wants to become president, but has he done that when he was in power for 12 years as a vice president? When last did he visit JFK or ELWA hospital, Benson Hospital, or other local health facilities around here?
Thomas.
So it matters. No, it matters,
matters
Elijah.
that.
It matters.
That is true, but then let's look at to the other side too. The man that served for 12 years, do you think he don't have money to go outside for checkup?
Well, that's a question that
Do
we
you think
must
he don't
ask
have
him.
money to go outside for checkup? If he can do it under the government that against you, under their administration, you run to their hospitals. Because ELWA, as long ELWA is operating under this government, ELWA government have control over it. As long as he can muster the courage to go for checkup to ELWA, you should know that even when he was in power, how many times did he hear that Joe Juma Boakai left this country, go for treatment out of Liberia? Show me how many times.
Elijah, most of these politicians do these things when they travel. They remain there and do their medicals.
And then when it happens like that, then this government, they don't know what they call secret. Because many a time, The moment they get in the airplane, they will announce it. Photo on Facebook. And even you are doing things that is not good. At the end of the day, don't even inform the person you are doing it too. They will not know it. But what we are talking about is now. When Samuel 12 involved in an accident, where did he go for treatment? He left this country. The wife also left this country. Where the driver received the treatment? JFK. Where the other folks, the security received the treatment? JFK.
Yeah, Elijah.
Are they important more than the drivers?
Elijah, these
Are
are
they
issues.
important more than the security men
No.
that were involved in this accident?
No.
The two of them, the wife and the husband, flew in this country. They went for further treatment. They came
Elijah.
back.
Elijah, I think we talk about that, and some of us on our private social media pages or accounts, we condemn that particular act, and it was bad, and it is bad, and it will forever remain bad because it is not to be done. That is just the reality, right? But I mean, this is just what we gain when we put our life on the line for people who don't value us, people who see us to be subclass to them, people who see us to be, inferior to them, people who don't value us, but we attach so much importance to them. And that is why, let me tell you, selecting a leader matters a lot. Selecting a leader matters a lot. We are again about to go to elections, putting our life on the line for additional 6 years, some of them for 9 years. We will still make some of these mistakes if we're not careful, because we haven't learned. We're still doing the same thing over and over and getting the same result. The time for us to ask some of these hard questions is at the ballot box. But we don't do them. That is why the people feel that they can do anything. But in a serious matter country, these things don't happen. You get sick, you remain in the state where you are sick, you get treated. How do we improve the health care of our country when we ourselves are not even taking treatments there? But every now and then we fly out, go to Ghana. Don't you think it's a disgrace to us when we are far younger older than Ghana, but yet still we are flying there just to get common treatment? We cannot, put money in the budget to improve JFK and other health facilities across the country. But every now and then, when something happens, we want to fly out. That is just it. That's happening. That is just what makes this other one, a news. Because the former vice president went to EAWA. And most of us don't have jobs in this country, so as a result, we take these things to be a big deal. It's not a big deal. Let's be real here.
But Thomas, the same thing I'm saying. I didn't expect that, some of the media institutions could even work with this news from a vice president. Is there any important thing for all to discuss?
No, there is something important, because
that is about his health.
He's not an ordinary person. No,
that
Elijah.
Is a business.
Elijah, let's get this clear. This man is not just an ordinary person. And as such, if something of such happens to him, let me tell you, it catches the attention of the media and of the citizens, because he could be the next in line to the presidency. Remember, he's the biggest opposition currently. His party is the biggest opposition party. So now his health matters. But again, he's a permanent citizen of Liberia.
He's a statement. Equally so, Thomas is a statement. Equally so, don't cry more than the bereaved. You don't cry more than the bereaved. The issue should come from the party. He's a statement. He's the standard bearer for Unity Party. They have the Secretary General. They have the spokesperson.
Elijah.
Let the person come out. Let them issue their press statement.
Elijah,
and
how many days?
Issue their press statement. They say, yes, we agree that the former vice president went, and the people even, they were just carrying false information that he's sick. He's under critical condition.
Elijah.
And that is who was wrong.
Elijah, let's be clear here. If it wasn't for the intervention of the ruling establishment, pundits from within the ruling establishment, I tell you, the Unity Party was not going to issue a press statement. How many days did it take? It took 2 consecutive days, making 3 before that
the
money.
Unity Party were not even wanted
that
to
money
issue press statement.
Before the party issue a press statement.
I agree with you. They were not wanted to issue press statement because it was not serious. If you read that press statement, it will clearly tell you that it was not serious.
Elijah, if it was not serious, then it shouldn't have been issued. That was just
They
it.
said he went to the hospital to do normal checking. He do
When
normal
last did
checkup.
he begin to do checking in this
And
country
by
or check up
right
in
here
this country?
myself,
When last?
it's not
How long?
because modern life, the life we're living in now, 21st century, not because the only way you will go to the hospital for checkup until you get sick. No. I disagree with you.
But they admitted that he has minor illness.
Minor illness,
Yeah,
and he
minor
went for
fever.
checkup, and he's okay. But it's not the way the people have carried the false information that yes, he's seriously sick.
And
He's
that is what
critically
you
sick.
get as a politician. Oh yes, when you put yourself into public office, you get these things.
Had
This
no
information.
politician questioned their own.
That is why
Why
now.
the 712 left the driver in Liberia lined up to JFK, and he said travel out of this country. That
Elijah,
was right.
That was wrong.
It was
and
wrong.
it still remains wrong. In the sense that they are all human, they were involved in the accident, and it was because of him that those drivers were involved into the accident and
Good.
those other people. But then he had to fly out of the country, he and his wife. So that just told us that the life of those other family heads didn't matter to them.
But
It
Thomas,
didn't
you are
matter to
telling
them.
us here now. You are actually telling us that what
No. No, Elijah.
what the Unity Party people did, it was wrong on their side. By
Elijah,
former Vice President
that is
Joseph
not what I'm
Boakai
saying.
going to EWA hospital for checkup.
that is not my point. That is not my point. I'm only asking, when last did he do this? How often
been
have he
doing
done
it.
this? Since
He
he was
been
in
doing
power,
it.
when last did he go to any of these local hospitals for checkup or for treatment? No, let's be
Tom,
clear here, Elijah.
As far as
Not because
concerned-
he's seeking power
as far
now.
as I'm concerned, I speak on fact. I don't have evidence on Joseph Boakai traveling out of this country for treatment.
You don't have evidence.
I don't have evidence. I don't speak about it. I
So-
speak what I see.
So meaning all through all the 12 years as vice president,
Former
he did
Vice
not get
President,
sick.
as far as I'm concerned,
He did not
been
get
taking
sick.
a treatment here. Oh
Elijah,
yes,
Elijah,
he been taking a treatment in Liberia.
no.
Seriously, Tom.
I challenge him to bring medical records to show that. It's a challenge now to the former vice president to prove to us that he been taking treatment here. Even to the point that he was a vice president for 12 years. Are you telling us that he didn't get sick within that time?
I didn't know.
Elijah, stop
It left
this,
you
man.
and myself to go and ask him. But how many
this.
times did you hear George Weah go for treatment to EWA hospital? How many times did you hear George
I'm
Weah
not
went to
putting my life
JFK
on
for
the line
checkup?
for the president because all of them are of the same class. They don't care about people. They don't care about the citizens. They don't care about their employers. And that is why we're saying, so they should stop. They should stop pretending.
My
They
brother,
should stop pretending.
if the people do things right, we say, yeah, it was right. That was clear example that former Vice President set by going to our local hospital for checkup.
When he's no longer in power.
Not because you don't
When
have
he's no
money to
longer
go
in power.
out.
Probably he don't have money because he always tell people he's broke.
He's broke,
Oh, yes.
but now about his health.
Why you call now about his health?
I-
If you are broke, what will
I'm
you do?
seriously
You
telling you.
consider the least option.
I'm seriously
You
telling you.
consider the least option because you no longer have those privileges.
Vice President, former Vice President that I know, Thomas, that even he received, they can give him offer, please come for checkup, he will refuse. Because common example when we were going to Nigeria,
But he took a private jet.
the private jet were not in Liberia.
He took a private jet in
The
Nigeria because
private
the
jet
private jet
was
didn't come to
not
Liberia.
in Liberia. He fly with commercial flight from Liberia to Nigeria, and when he went to Nigeria, it
Because he
was
didn't have the
offer
money.
given to him.
He didn't have the money.
It was offer given to
He
him.
didn't have the money. That was just
According
an
to
issue
the
where he would have
information
flown.
that yes-
I do believe that he would have flown.
It was offer that yes, oh, you coming to me. My brother, it's a normal practice. You and myself here.
It's not a normal practice. We should stop
It's
it. This
normal
is not a
practice.
normal practice.
If you have friend coming to you to speak, the friend don't have car, and you have car to, you can send a car to the person. You say, yes, please go and pick up my friend coming. My guest is coming. Go and pick him up. The same thing with Nigeria. There are people who own private jet. If you go and speak to them, definitely. If they have the opportunity, you will enjoy with them. If you go to speak to king, you will eat with king. My brother. But as far as I'm concerned, what I'm saying, that was the clear example set by former Vice President Joseph Boakai. We hold him by the evidence he has said to the Liberian people Why he hustling for power? Because this man is going for election. He want to be president. If this man start going to our private hospital for checkup, we should also hold him by his record that tomorrow when he become president, he should do the same thing. That is the only argument I want you to bring. The only argument. But now the time he was president for 12 years, he was vice president for 12 years. I don't have record whether he leave this country to go for medical checkup. He leave this country to go
Are
for
you
treatment.
saying
I
that?
don't know.
Are you saying that in the course of the 12 years of this old man, of the former vice president, he did not get sick at all?
I did not tell you.
No, but
and I will not tell you that he
no,
did
but
not
that
get
is why
sick.
that is why you're saying here, Elijah.
Don, even he gets sick, he get a treatment in Liberia. Until I can get evidence that
It's
he
now a
leave this
challenge.
country.
It's now a challenge to the former vice president and his party to bring forth to the Liberian people when last he went for treatment.
Yeah.
Even when he was vice president in Liberia here, when last did he go for treatment? Let him tell the Liberian people. There
So
is no
if
secret
you are
about
president
him.
now-
That other information is not secret.
If you are, my brother. So if you are president or if you are statesman now, you don't have privacy, right?
You have privacy, but that other one is not privacy. Issue of your health is not privacy.
The issue about health,
It's not privacy.
there are some part
Your
of
health
your
matters
health
because you are a
is
state
privacy.
man. And the Liberian people deserve to know. All of these things will aid the Liberian people in making decisions on the ballot box. Don't you know that?
It will aid you to criticize. That's all.
No, Elijah, stop
I'm
that.
telling you. Look at other media institutions, what they are saying. Oh, former vice president is lying down to the hospital under critical condition. Oh, former vice president.
They were right. They were right. People were right to even write that issue. They were very right, 100%. Because if they thought that this was necessary for the Liberian people to know without pressure being on them, they would have issued a press statement. I know the opposition so much. I know them.
Thomas, you telling me that, you know, media
What you expect?
media
Information
institution,
that they got was
Who
what
are-
they released.
who
what
are
was the
all
release?
They say.
Probably they called and then they refused.
Nobody
The party
called.
refused to accept. That is why I said probably. Probably. I said probably. So you can blame them also. Even though they needed to have done better by researching and gathering more facts, but sometimes these issues are meant to push the president to come out to say the truth. Oh yes. When I call you, you refuse. I will tell the people I heard he's sick, and I call him, he refused to provide any information. Maybe that was
EAW hospital right to EAW Junction.
Oh,
Right here.
we have right around the president. I mean the former vice president place. It's not
Yes.
far.
So the best thing you can do as a media man, you have to get credible information. If you hear that, oh, the man is to EAW hospital, he's lying down, he's under critical condition, the best thing you can do is to carry a microphone.
I know that old man. He will refuse to talk. I know him very well on that.
He will refuse to
He
talk.
will
Then
refuse to
why,
talk. He will refuse to talk. So sometimes you gotta do something that will push him to
why
talk.
the party issue press statement?
Yeah, because that information went out the wrong way, so they had to issue statement
So
to make
is
it
that
clear.
how we'll be carrying information now on perception?
If the total refuses to work, what do?
You beat it?
You put fire at the target. No, Elijah, you see, we are saying some of these issues laughing, but it's serious. You know, our people need to always know that key issues need to be addressed. Yes. The health of a statement is not something to joke with. I understand it's not every situation that you just come to the media. But as such, it took 2 days, making 3 before the party issue a press statement. That shouldn't be. Let me tell you, if things go that long, I will not issue a press statement. I'm telling you something serious. I won't speak to it because it's not necessary. If I decide that the public, use whatever perspective they want to use to carry out an information, then definitely let me just remain silent. As he has always done. You can ask that old man, things happening. And that old man had decided to talk, he wouldn't talk. I know him very well.
Thomas, you see me laughing. Something I really thought about. You are right. Actually, it's our concern to hear from the party and to know the whereabouts of the former Vice President Joseph Numa Boakai, because when you look at all of the politicians, the 23 political parties that are going for elections, Unity Party is the biggest threat to CDC. So equally so, we as the voters in this country, citizens for this country who make better for this country, it's our concern also to ask
What if you say yeah?
the whereabouts of the president. It's our concern. It's our concern. We need to know the men that want to take power.
Yeah.
We need to know. But equally so, let us be on the safe side.
Right.
This man, he did well by going to our local, hospital to go for checkup.
No, we should commend him for that.
We commend him for
Taking
that.
risks.
But equally so, on the line of the party, you are right. Yes, the party need to be on top of their game. We need to know about the health of the former vice president. As a statesman, politician, if you want to be a politician, there is nothing that is confidential. I can tell you for true. Public figure, you entitled to the people. Especially if you want to govern our country. This country has suffered a lot. You that want to take power for this country, you need to come out. We need to know about your health. Your health can be in critical condition, then we elect you as president. The party need to be on top of their game, and the party need to stand up. They need to tell the 11 people the truth. If the former vice president is okay, let the party tell us that yeah, the former vice president is okay, because it's our concern also to know. It's our concern, because this man is the biggest threat to this government. In case he win the election tomorrow and the health cannot permit him, who will be the loser? It's you and myself. So we need to know also. But also again, on the other hand, he did a very good job by
That
setting
we must commend him
example.
for. We must commend him for that.
We will commend him for that. How many of those government officials, those that are in power, how many times did you hear that President Weah went to JFK for checkup? They wasting taxpayer money just for headache. That's why you see God is not sleeping. Any sickness that can kill some of those big men, you the poor man, you will not die from that sickness. Some of them common typhoid will kill them. Headache, that it will kill them. They will go to India, other places. The same facility that in India, not to say they don't have money to construct that same facility in Liberia, but because they are so corrupt to the extent, they prefer sharing that money with their family members, enriching their pocket, than for them to benefit the Liberian people.
Elijah, the
Look
truth
at
is-
the issue about Bombay, the Western Crosser. The people of Bombay County take Edwin Snow to be their messiah during the election. Edwin Snow is the kingsman for Bombay County. At the end of the day, the people of Bombay County make Edwin Snow shame to the extent that yesterday he was forced to resign on that post. As a mediator between the Western Crosser and the government, he said, no, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not part of the negotiation. I resign. I step aside. I step aside. And that is true for the Liberian people. You must step aside, because what you are doing to the Liberian people is difficult. It's wickedness. The Western Crosser, the deal that's supposed to benefit the people of Bombay County. Look at Bombay County. Not even far from Monrovia. Bombay County is one of the poorest counties in this country. The poorest. Go to Bombay. Went there for president anniversary. Go see the hotel that we went. Go and see it.
So you still thinking about that hotel?
My brother,
You're making fun.
I'm still thinking about it.
Keep thinking.
The hotel that we went over there, they go and lodge in the hotel. It was Red Cross that Red Cross that construct that building, you know, they left and somebody take it to be hotel and they fix it fine and at the place. Bombay County. Where when the fat people of Maserado way get the sense. If you call people of Maserado will hear you. That Bombay County will be poor like that because the leaders are not in the good interest of this country. Edwin Snow pretending to be Messiah. The man ruled for almost from senator, from lawmaker. 12 years under Ellen. Taylor time. Ellen time. The man have never been out of government. From Taylor time he become lawmaker. From lawmaker he become senator. Going to negotiate deal out of Liberia for kickback. Western Crosser have never benefited the people of Bombay County. Then at the end of the day, he want to put another problem against the people of Bombay County. He did not care about the people's health. He said like 48 trucks should be moving on the principal street of Bombay to carry iron ore to Monrovia.
Ignoring health hazard.
Health hazard, my brother. Forgetting to know 48 truck leave from Bombay County to come to Maserado County to carry the iron ore to Freeport.
Elijah, the truth is, the governors don't care about the governed. That's just it. They don't care. Some of them, their families are not in this country, so they don't care whatever happens to the people. But we take state power and entrust it into these guys. Yeah. When we make poor decisions, immature decisions, these are the consequences. And we must reap them. That's just the reality. People may not like me for it. I don't care. I don't care. Because it's just the truth.
Let's go to this, the press statement, the belated press statement that was issued by the Unity Party. Say for immediate release.
Let me see. I will even bring it live, sir.
The standard bearer of the Unity Party, Ambassador Joseph Nimapwakai, checked into a local hospital in Monrovia on Sunday, January 8, 2023 for precautionary observation after
precautionary observation.
Yeah, precautionary observation after he left minor fever. They said minor fever.
Mano. Yeah, they're not your fever, say mano.
Mano, according to that, it's mano. But for us, it's not mano.
Elijah, let me see something. I think I should bring this issue. I think I should bring it here live. I need to bring it on.
And for me, I love the idea of him going to the local hospital. But one of the things he set example. He carried my mind to the president of Kenya. The president of Kenya set example. When he become president, he said all of my children will go to government school. All of my children must go to government school. When they go to government school, I'll be able to pay attention on government school. How many of those government officials in Liberia will take their children to government school? First of all, how many of their children are attending UL? How many of them? I'm not talking about high school. How many of their children are attending UL? How many of their children even in Liberia? That is the first thing.
Me, I get my own Liberia, so.
I'm talking about my man. You yourself are here. The same thing.
No, not the same thing, Elijah.
The same thing. You become president.
No, I don't even want to become president, so don't even compare me. Don't tell me to become president.
You become president tomorrow, your children, none of them will attend this country.
For what reason?
None of them will go to school in this country. You will take all of them out of Liberia.
I'm born in here, so they're not something down there.
You see, some of those lawmakers, their wife trying to give birth, they will take them from here, they carry them out of Liberia for, USA, for them to go born, for their child to be American citizen.
A bad thing?
We are the cause of the backwardness of this country. Because we are not sincere to ourselves. We are so wicked to the extent. Every sector in this country, we are wicked. From the media institution to the government institution,
So Elijah,
civil society organization.
this is a press statement.
This one from, it's not from Unity Party. This one from the youth.
Okay.
It's from Unity Party, but from the youth.
Yeah, I think I
That press statement was issued last week by the youth of Unity Party. They
Let
said,
me see. Where did I place it?
yes, they said they will begin to move from one place to another.
Oh
trying
yeah,
to-
yeah. That was it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Trying to discuss on the failures of George Weah promises in 2017, and George Weah had made a lot of promises. To be frank, a lot of promises he made to the Lebanon people, and some of those promises, when you try to catalog some of those promises, he have not even fulfilled 10% of those promises he made to the Lebanon people. To be frank, even some of those promises, we have the urgent, we have the long term, and that we have the short term, long term, and medium. All of those promises, even the short term promises have not been achieved by the president. Even the long term have not been achieved by the president. When they came to power, they came with a lot of controversial statements. They came with lot of bogus statement. One of the promises they made to the Lebanon people, the Eton and Imboma, the loom, and I can still remember some of the senators that we all believe that they will be going for re-election in Bombay County, in Bombay. Yes, some of them will go in Bombay, Morris Satuma, or they will be going for re-election. People of Bombay County. Morris Satuma was one of the men that part of the deal. He one of the men that wanted to kill the people of Bombay County. He one of the men that wanted to endanger the life of the people of Bombay County. If you go to Bombay County, don't vote him. Don't vote him.
I mean, so it's a running campaign, huh?
They are wicked, my brother. You can't look out for the 8 truck, you say it must be passing, and when they try to quiz them and they try to defend it, we tell them for them to be passing in the night. That's one of the dangerous times. Because you will be laying down, you forget about yourself. Anything comes straight. Senator Morris Satuma.
I mean, I met that too.
Senator Morris Satuma. He going for re-election. You should not vote him. He's a wicked senator. Eric Snow, he's not going for re-election. You have already empowered him for 12 years. And now in 12 years, 9 years. Eric Snow. So he will stay in job. You were talking about Western Cluster, he get in the plane. He gone. You ever be murmuring among yourself. When the man went for re-election, they gave you a small thing, you're satisfied with it. The man goes some bad deed that will destroy the people of Bombay County. And you're there celebrating at the end of the day. Now it has reached to your attention now. Everyone of you say, you're this. You have a mass meeting yesterday. Very mass meeting. And they gave, I think, how many count? I think 7 count that they want Western Cluster to do. How company will be in the country, they don't have even health care. The healthcare system is not working well. The road is terrible. The road is terrible.
No CSR.
How will you be managed? You take workers from another area. The HR is not even from Liberia. You take Nigerian man to be HR. It was appointed by the same senator that you're talking about. He the one recommended the man. Then you're talking about they are in good interest of the people. I saw him yesterday sitting down.
Shameless deal.
Shameless senator. Wicked and terrible. Those guys are wicked. Look at some of those senators and performance, yearly performance. Look at them. Compare. You can beat on DeLong. You beat on him. DeLong is one of the best senators in that house. Not because I ain't DeLong. I don't even know DeLong. When it comes to knowing him, for me, for he and myself to sit down face to face, no, under in the house, when I go over there, I sit down, sign him to cover my, to carry my work.
I see
But
why.
DeLong,
I have friend.
I monitor DeLong. I've been following DeLong. DeLong is one of the men that are doing best for the Liberian people. If you can name senator for the year, the best senator for the year, don't leave DeLong out. Don't leave him out. Give the man his flower when he's alive. DeLong is doing his best. Government is trying to bring the man down. Even the same opposition trying to bring the man down. They have betrayed this man to the extent that they want, they're trying by all means to prove this man that this man is not credible, he's not, his lack of integrity, but at the end of the day, they don't remain strong. We should give this man flower. This will help our politicians to double their game. In the Senate, DeLong is the best. DeLong is the best. After DeLong, you look at Yumley. Look at Yumley. It's a female, my dear. But you follow Yumley debating issue in a house.
As you will
She's
not
very
debate.
objective. And she's not going for re-election. She's not going for re-election. These are people that we expect for them to even be quiet, just enjoy. But she's not going for re-election. She's critical to the extent.
That's what the people say.
Look at Lofa County Senator Steve Zago. Steve Zago, if my brother, there are certain people who already admire them. We will tell 11 people, don't vote them.
So
Steve Zago is one
so
of the
you campaign
criminals.
chair for who?
He said,
Who you campaign chair for?
campaign chair for, I'm not campaigning for nobody. I'm not campaigning chair for nobody. But I'm a watchdog. What I see is what I'm saying. Senator Zago is not in that house. He's just in that house wasting the taxpayer money. He's not doing nothing for the people of Lofa County. Ask Senator Zago, when last he been home? Ask Senator Zago, what are some of the achievements in Lofa County? For the past 9 years, he been laying down. That now he improved, he want to come out. Last year, this year, he want to prove himself for re-election. But thank God, I'm not talking about other county, but Lofa. Nobody can deport me from there. There where I was born, and I will remain there. I'm at home. Definitely we know those that are working. You can give him back kick. The same vote you gave to Senator George Tengbe, you should give him that vote. Lofa County, I trust them. If you are not working, they will kick you out. George Tengbe left Lofa County in the night to come to Monrovia. He was dragged as if he was not part of the election. With all, he joined the ruling party. You should give Steve Zago that same thing. Steve Zago is now working in the interest of the people of Lofa County. You should now vote for him. Even district number 3, 9 district number 3, I know how to call Mariamo Fofana. These are people that are now working in the interest of the people of Lofa County. They betraying our country. You should not vote for them. There are other District 2 lawmaker, Judy Fatoma. Judy Fatoma, you're very young and you have destroyed your character, you have destroyed your integrity, and you will pay for it. The people gave you chance. They say you are a young lady, go and serve the people of Lofa County. Then you have buried your integrity. I if to say, it's your power farm, you will remain there until you die. 2023 already here. We will move with our camera from door to door, inform the 11 people your achievement. What have you done for the people of district number 2? That you want to go for re-election? What is your achievement? What were your promises made to the people of Lofa County, district number 2?
Hey, Elijah, you know one thing I will tell you. You know that once she stood against a group of Liberians, some even from our own district, from receiving their benefits from the Ministry of Health. That was 2019. She did, Judy. She stood against it because her husband was the head of finance, the controller at the National Public Health Institute of Liberia. Up to now, some of them from Disco Hill did not receive their benefits after they were unlawfully laid up. When that case reached before the Committee on Health at the lower house, she was one who signed against these people receiving their benefits. There were two. She said they didn't have a case.
Eh?
Yes, Judy Fatoma Wia was one of those.
My brother, these
And-
are some of the things.
And it was interesting to know that even CB Bashir was one of those.
My
Yes.
brother, these are
The
some
two
of
of
the
them.
things. Thank you, my brother from Bombay. Yeah, the HR from Bombay, but they are Nigerian also working, right? They are Nigerian employed for that to that Western cluster. The HR from Bombay, and that HR was recommended by Maurice Satama. I know Maurice Satama or Maurice what,
Satama.
but you name the rest. Oh, I know Maurice.
Man, play are honorable to the man he deserves. that
Honorable
title.
Maurice Satama.
Ah,
Yeah, these are people. So Thomas, there are people we already are marking them, whether you from the ruling party, whether you from this. Let me tell you, Yeke Korba are not supporting Yeke Korba insulting the president, insulting journalists. But one thing I can say, even Yeke Korba can insult me.
But
if
he have
Yeke
insulted
Korba
you
can
before.
Stand for the truth
and
of
I
the
say,
Nigerian people.
your beer looking at Bilego beer. He did it.
I agree. But this man will never sell his integrity. Yeke Korba, he's a lawmaker for the year. I tell you for truth. The man stand for the truth.
Wow.
One of the
Thank you,
things
brother.
that I always admire Yeke Korba, if his communication fail to surface, it will surface again. He go to the microphone.
So he's very radical.
Oh yes. The man can say bullet. The man said anytime I give my communication, the speaker now want to put it on the floor. So if the speaker refuse to put my communication on the floor, I will tell the 11 people how they behaving to me. And any lawmaker, any opposition lawmaker insult me, I will not insult them, but I will insult their leader. The man already tell you, if any lawmaker from CDC insult me, I will not insult them. Any government official insult me, I will not insult them. I will insult the president. If you insult that type of person, who insult the president? The man already tell you when you insult me, I will not insult you, but I will insult cover base. The way I say that, you tell me, say, Elijah, anytime you insult me, I will not insult you, but I will insult your mom or your pa. You think I will insult you? If I insult you, they won't insult my family, that me. So all the insult that Yeke Korba been giving the president, those guys, sycophants from the CDC are the cause.
But
They
Elijah,
already tell
equally so, we must condemn what is to be condemned, and then
It's wrong.
yeah.
Insulting is wrong. I told you, I said, even though I'm not in support of Yeke Korba insulting, but this man, he's a radical politician, and he made good for the Liberian people. If we have 5 to 6 Yeke Korba, no 30 deal will pass to that house. No. Yeke Korba, DeLong, these are people. But look at CB Bashir. How many times you hear CB Bashir talking? District 3, you in District 3. Show me some of the development that you see about CB Bashir.
I mean, like, then you're talking to that also.
Show me. These are the people. Time for election. Thank God I'm in a district. I will catalog all your achievements. I'm moving in a district. I know some of the challenges in a district. Yeah, I'm in District 3 right here. Sometimes 300 households using one transformer. When transformer break down, that 4 to 5 years, lawmaker, you're not able to get one transformer for your community, for your people to be in darkness. We know them. And we already are marking some of them. Look at Abu Kamara, District 15. Look at Color Green. Look at I know how to call him. Francis Afoko. These are guys that supposed to represent the young people at the house. That tomorrow the young people, any of y'all want to contest, you'll be able to get a moral ground to speak. But young people have tarnished our reputation. Young people have destroyed the future of the young people in this country. Those that were elected, those that were appointed, they have destroyed the integrity of this country. Look at Koji.
Elijah, remember this. So Yaka Kolaba just got one vote again. This person said they will go to district and to register just for an roll call. No trucking, please. Augustine.
Yeah, because you can go there and vote. Seriously.
Elijah, we are, time is menstruated.
So that is it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow again, we'll come back. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is our last edition. So I want to say thank you for joining us. But before we go, Thomas, today Liberia is one of the great institutions, and to admit the fact, we are doing great, and I want to commend all of you for the great job. But one of the things I want you to know is that today Liberia is one of the media institutions that believe in development of the young people of this country and giving back to the young people of this country. And today Liberia, in collaboration with TA Express, is one of the business center, multimedia business center in Liberia, especially in District 3. That if you want to do business with them, there's an international business. If you are in Liberia, you have you want to do any kind of printing, you want to do you want to do flyer, you want to print T-shirt and what have you. TA Express is one of the credible and reliable institution that you can do business with. It's not only registered in Liberia, but it's also international business. It's also legally registered in the state. That tell you how far we have gone. You come to TA Express. You have your schools that you don't want the information to go out. You want to print your test. You want to have the school article. Do quality job. That's one of the things that we give credit to TA Express. So if you want to do business to TA Express, you just come to Puebland Supermarket. You want to do printing, you want to do birthday party, you want to do campaign, you want to have, you want to do church life coverage, you want to have press conference, you name the rest. You want to do photo shoot, you want to do graduation, you want to do documentary, just come to TA Express. Country Meal is coming. Not to, for me not to forget, Country Meal is coming. Look at the jersey. This production is from TA Express. So those of you that are from Lofa, you just call, just come tomorrow. We just post this information on the page, and we're getting a lot of calls. A lot of people have called us for this t-shirt, jersey. They say a name, the lion in the town, German Shepherd tend to Google. That is it. So look at the jersey. You see it? The World GC is at the back. Thanks to the guys.
When the lion in the town, German Shepherd talking to Google. When the lion in the town, German Shepherd talking to Google.
Just come to TA Express, right to supermarket. You can collect your jersey, just cheap. We just give you other people. You go over there, they will say $20, but for us, just come. It's very, very cheap, very cheap. Just come to TA Express office and you meet the business management. They will be able to direct you, and you'll be able to get it for affordable price. You know our people. The economy is very, very high, and we come down low to our people. If you want a whole suit, that's just $1,300, $1,400 for the whole suit. You carry the whole thing with your name at the back. A lot of people asking us what we can do delivery. If you want like 4, 5, 6, we can take it to you. Especially if we are in Monserrado County, we'll be able to carry it to you. So Sunday, don't waste time. Don't waste time. Lofa County is playing Sunday. Nimba County is playing Sunday for Fano. Come and cheer for your county. All of the jersey and Nimba County jersey, Lofa County. When the Lion in the town, German Shepherd turn to Bobo, Nimba County, come and collect your jersey. Get it ready. Your name at the back. You have your lion, the good lion in the town. The lion is hungry, ready for go. You see the lion opening the mouth. So just come, just call. The number is right on the page. Those of you that visited the page, that saw the number. If you are out of Liberia, you have your loved one, just call us, you say, hey, I'm sending my loved one for one jersey, Lofa County jersey, it's very affordable. It's not even $10, but $1,400 for the set, the trouser and the shirt. So come, the jersey, it just like your few left, so you can come tomorrow, you collect your own and get set for Sunday. I don't want nobody to call me Sunday. I'm not selling Sunday because myself will be ready, prepared to go on our feet. So if you miss today, if you miss tomorrow, Saturday, if you miss Sunday, then let with you. Sunday, don't call me. You call me, I will seriously make conviction with you. Come for your jersey. TL Express is giving you just free because $1,400 with a big lion here, it's something that amazing to all of you. So just come, we'll receive a lot of, and those of you that believe in the information that we put on our page, I want to say continue to do that great job. Continue to do it. Any information you see on our page is a credible information, and if we not verify our information, we will never post information on our page. So please continue to follow. Any information we give, our numbers are active. The WhatsApp number is +23177 +23177651884 +23177651884. And you want to call direct, the number is 077788419 077788949. Just call our number and we will be able, to answer 0888 0555 888 That is our number. 0777 888 949. Let me take my own time to call it so that you will be able to get in contact with us. 0777 888 949. You put in 3 7 0 7 7 7. Then you come 8 8 8. Then you pull 9. Then you pull 4. Then you pull 9. The same thing will lose star. George, you move the 777. You pull 555. The same number. 0555 888 949. You see it? TA Express, when they ask you, tell them that we the one saying you. We're supporting the Jersey Press. $1,400. When they not want, let them go hang their set to the transformer, and then, but we support the press for the people of Lofa County.
That was it. You heard it for yourself. So we'd like to say thanks for joining us. Yeah. Happy to have you.
When the lion in the town, them shepherd talking to
And indeed, it can kill Lofa Mora. I'm actually celebrating my team. So we'd like to say have a blessed good night from my end. Until tomorrow, Thomas Blackswire and I'm signing out.
Show them pepper and they say they can play. We'll be there today. If I can't rally, my love, my people rally. Easy people rally, my bandit people rally, my dingo people rally. Shaka Timon can't stop the shaman. Yo, man in a cheeky air, I want me to get iron rock. Yo, man in a cheeky air, I want me to get iron rock. We not taking sa, we not taking sa, we not taking sa. Yo, man in a cheeky air, I want me to get iron rock. Yo, man in a cheeky air, I want me to get iron rock. We not taking sa, we not taking sa, we not taking sa. Don't fuck really, no lol, really, got the low one to really, don't fuck really, ok, vous chefez où des perles, on est plus appelé. Tiens, si on se tape, pas ton pas craquer le volet. Le all shop, on voit le guissier, puis c'est fait du passe, ouais, on cookie pas là, des options, ou get you, on you choose from me. Puis comme un jazz, ils vont pisser pour machine, pas fond la voilà, pour me, il m'a tout for ici, I gotta go for the pop. The men of ici, they lose the Guinea, won't bang la côte. At Taki, we not rushing, we just cover the hope. We're begging to my game, I'm in a space too. And they cannot dribbling again, il me FIFA, pas taille tout. I pull a Murphy on my back, and cause he face it, attack. We keep the up when the drop in the water, it's an drop.